Okay, so any question for this? When we decide to use fair value principle 公允价值原则 the thing will make it weird is when your bounce value decrease will make you have a gain. So since it's quite weird, accounting will try to make it not that weird. So first reason, because of market, not your fault. We allow you to make your put become part of your net income. When it's company condition, your company's problem, credit risk higher, of course that's your fault. So we cannot accept that become your part of net income. So accounts how we show the situation. The gain become your net income. The gain is not your net income. Okay. So please look at the next slide on 118. Did you find out the market rate increased because of the market? So it's not your fault. So we accept you could put the gain be part of your net income. How to show the situation? Dash income. Dash income. Remember, gain or loss we use which account? Unrealized holding gain or loss, right? This case is your gain. Gain is your revenue. So on credit side, right? Okay. So liability decrease. Also, you got a gain. So what's the journal entry we use? Your liability decrease. Okay. Also, you got a gain. How much? $20,000. The difference between fair value, market value. Okay. Then is because of market. That's why we dash income. Dash income means what? You could put it into net income. So we use dash, means part of your net income. How about second case? It's your fault. It's because your company have a bad financial situations. You have a higher credit risk. Then we want to put it into another place. Then which account we use? Same account but dash. So look at next slide, page 119. Today the market value decrease. The market rate increase. So market rate increase because of what? Because of credit quality of the bond. Credit quality of bond means your company's credit risk increase. Okay. So this is your company's fault, right? So we put it into another place, which we use dash equity. On your slide 121, same journal entries, but we will dash equity. Told you which place you could put the gain on other place. So it means not part of net income. So dash income or dash equity. Not part of net income. So where we should put it? Not net income. Then remember, revenue minus expense, you got net income. We still have another part is what? OCI, other comprehensive income, if you remember. But don't worry, here on next page, remember, net sales minus cost of goods sold, you got gross profit. Gross profit minus operating expenses minus other income expense, interest expense, tax, you got net income. So operating expenses, we put all the expenses from operating activities. This part, operating expenses, for operating activities.营业活动。Okay. Operating expenses, because I provide the service, because I sell the products, I do the business from my major activities. Then I have some expenses incurred. Okay, that's for operating expenses. How about other income and expense? We put all of gain or loss, all of revenue and expenses for investing and financing activities. So this is for your investing and financing activities.投资、融资活动。Okay. So from case 1, because of market, I got a gain. But this gain is from which activity? Financing, right? Liability means financing. Financing, I don't have the money. I borrow money from creditors. This is financing. So I have a gain, $20 from financing activities. That's why we put it into this part. Okay? So dash, here we will put unrealized holding gain or loss. Unrealized holding gain or loss dash income. Okay, since I put it into this part, will that become your part of net income? Of course, right? Because net income is right here. So for your first case, net income will include that gain. How much? $20,000, right? So you will include that $20,000 from case 1. So your net income curves here will include case 1, right? That $20,000. How about case 2? We don't want it to be included in net income, so we are going to put it into where? Remember, after net income, we have another part is other comprehensive income, OCI. Other comprehensive income, OCI, 其他综合损益 we put all of gain or loss out of your company's control. Also, other situations. So second case, we will put it into this part, unrealized holding gain or loss dash equity. Okay? So second case will not be part of your net income. Any questions? Then maybe you will ask, what's the difference? Be part of net income, not be part of net income. Is it important? Of course. Why is that? Each year, when companies said, my net income, my EPS, what's the EPS? Earnings per share, 美股英语. Do you know what's earnings per share? EPS. EPS, earnings per share. 美股英语。Each year, company will tell shareholders, my EPS $5, my EPS $2. They use EPS, earnings per share, to tell shareholders whether they made a profit or not this year. Okay, how to get an EPS? Based on net income divided by shares. So in simple way, how to get the EPS is net income divided by your shares. So did you find out? Where we tell shareholders whether we made a profit or not, we only base on net income. We won't tell them after OCI. We don't tell them comprehensive income. So every time when we release the news based on net income, okay? So that's why when we talk about case 2, when we put it into OCI, other comprehensive income, then this number will not tell shareholders, will not include in EPS. Okay? So this is how we skipped, we avoid the most weird things, including on net income. Any questions? Okay. No problem? Okay. Then we finish already. One thing, one concept tell you that we finished chapter 14. So you can go to page 124. The term is of balance sheet financing. 资产负债表外融资 of balance sheet financing. So what does it mean? It means your company need the money. Your company borrow money from creditors, but you do your best using different ways, not make their liabilities showed on your balance sheet. Okay, so it means today your company, like this is like your company today borrow $100, but this $100 you borrow from creditors. You use different ways to make this $100 not on your balance sheet. So you won't, investors, others will not find out the liabilities on your financial statements. Okay? Then how to do that? Since you don't want to put the liabilities on your financial statements, then you try to let the numbers liabilities on other companies' liabilities. Okay? How? If you are the parents, so you borrow, you need the money, so you are the parents, 母公司. So this is parents. Like what? 远东, 许爸爸. So like a Feston? I forgot how to spell it. Far Feston. My God. So like you need the money. I don't want to write down. When you need the money, like me, when I need the money, I'm the parents. Eric is the like a Yuanzi University. I'm the Far Eastern company. I need the money. How could I do that? I could borrow money by myself, right? Also, I can ask Eric, I need the money. Could you borrow money for me? Yes. So when Eric borrow money, then I can get the money from Eric. So where's the liability? Eric, right? So this is the way. When I need the money, I don't want to do it because when I do it, the liability will be on mine, right? So I ask Eric do that for me. So this is parents and subsidiary. So for parents and subsidiary, even though this is me, parent, I don't have liability, but Eric is subsidiary 子公司。Parents 母公司。I ask subsidiary to do that for me, so they have a liability $100. So did you find out? Parents, I don't need to do it. I ask subsidiary 子公司 to borrow money for me, so the liability is on subsidiary's financial statement, right? Okay. But accounting also, we know parents could control your children, right? Parents could control your subsidiary, ask your subsidiary to do anything. So we also ask right now, you should combine two financial statements become one. So we ask, you should combine parents plus subsidiary. Okay, so when you combine two become one, then will you find out liability? 100. Yes. So right now, most of company use this one. We call it consolidated financial statements 合并报表 This is consolidated financial statement 合并报表 Well, that's for advanced accounting 高会 So if you're interested, that's for advanced accounting 高会 Because we know parents still could do anything through their subsidiary. So accounting, we asked you should combine two become one to know the whole situation. So if combine one still, you have a liabilities on financial statements. But when we try to combine become one, we have some requirements. So if you are too smart, you will try to, avoid the requirements. If you could avoid the requirement, then you don't need to do these kind of things. Okay? So how to make your off-balance sheet financing? How to make the liabilities not report on your financial statements? You try not to combine your financial statements. Try to avoid the requirement we have in accounting. Okay? So that's the way. Try not to prepare consolidated financial statements. We have some requirement, but you don't need to understand it now. It's okay. So this here told you, not consolidated subsidiary. You try not to prepare consolidated financial statements. So you try to avoid some requirements. If you could avoid some requirement, then you don't need to prepare consolidated financial statements. then you won't find out liabilities on your balance sheet. Okay, so they have some ways to do that. Also, second thing is the same. Special purpose entity, you just to start up a new company overseas. So you just do all of dirty things overseas. So they won't show it on your financial statements as well. Okay? So they have two major ways. You still have the liability, but they won't find out the liabilities on your financial statements. Okay? So that's what here called of balance sheet financing. Your liabilities will not show on your balance sheet because they were shown on subsidiaries or shown on other companies you have overseas. Okay? Any questions? Then let's stop here. Go to chapter 8.